The night my life fell apart, the person who saved me didn't say a word. He just showed up, sat down on the curb next to my car, and breathed with me until my hands stopped shaking. I'm Emily, and this is a motivational story about loyalty, friendship, and a life lesson I had to learn the hard way. In a world that shouts, the people who whisper often carry you the farthest. If you're 25 to 40, you know the grind, slack at midnight, rent creeping up, the constant pressure to level up. And still, about half of us say we feel lonely. I did too, until I learned the power of silent support and how to build it on purpose. I was 32, a project lead at a fast-growing startup in Austin. The kind of place with neon slogans on the wall: move fast, break everything, and break everything we did. That Friday, the fluorescent office lights hummed like anxious bees as I stared at an email with the subject line, restructure. My promotion evaporated, my team got cut, and the project I'd married my self-worth to was reassigned. I drove home numb, parked 2 blocks away because I couldn't face my apartment, and finally let the tears come. It was ugly. Mascara streaks, breath stabbing at my ribs, the dashboard clock flicking 7:12 like it was mocking me. I texted one person, Ben. No essay, just, "Are you around?" He didn't send pep talks, no emojis. 10 minutes later, he knocked on the car window, gently, like you knock on a sleeping baby's door. He slid into the passenger seat, set a paper bag between us, warm rosemary fries, the kind that make the whole car smell like a fancy kitchen, and said, "Want me to talk or want me to sit?" I couldn't speak, so we sat. We ate fries, we breathed. The world slowed. The pain didn't vanish, but it had a witness. And in that quiet, I realized how starved I was for someone who didn't try to fix me, just held the weight for a while. Loyalty doesn't need a loudspeaker. It needs presence. 2 weeks later, I had a make-or-break presentation, a do-over pitch for leadership. I woke before dawn to the glow of my laptop and the stale scent of cold coffee. I had every slide perfect, and my hands still trembled. At 6 a.m., a knock. It was Ben again, hoodie, beanie, steaming thermos. He scanned my slides like a bouncer protects a doorway and said nothing for a solid minute, just nodded. Then he pulled a Post-it from his pocket and wrote, in big block letters, "You've done harder things." He stuck it to the edge of my laptop. Right as my inner critic turned the volume back up, his presence turned it down. When I walked into that room, I wasn't alone, even though he stayed outside. That day, I realized something I'd missed for years. I had the wrong definition of strong. Strong wasn't do it solo. Strong was let the right people in. The turning point came later, at a hospital in the middle of the night. My dad had a scare, sudden, terrifying. Those fluorescent lights again, the antiseptic smell, the vending machine hum. I texted updates, but I didn't expect anyone to come. Who shows up for a hallway at 2 a.m.? Ben did. He brought a quiet chair, a literal folding chair from his trunk, and set it next to me. No questions, no advice, just a shoulder. I watched the ER chaos swirl around us and realized, this is what love looks like. Not hearts and fireworks, but a folding chair at 2 a.m. Show up is a love language. Here's the part that changed my life. I stopped waiting for luck to deliver people like that. I started building a loyalty system on purpose. First, I made a first call list. 3 people I could text any hour without apologizing. I told them they were on it. Reciprocity matters, so I asked to be on theirs too. That's tip 1. Name it and say it out loud. Good friends aren't mind readers. They're agreements. Second, I put a quiet check-in on my calendar every Friday at 4 p.m., 10 minutes. I send one simple text to someone I care about. No need to reply, just reminding you I'm in your corner. That's tip 2. Low friction, consistent loyalty beats grand gestures. Third, I built a no questions pact with my closest friend. If either of us says, need presence, not advice, the other shows up or calls within the hour. No analysis, no fixing. That's tip 3. Clarify the type of support you need. Fourth, I keep a go bag in my trunk. Hoodie, phone charger, protein bars, spare gift card, and that folding chair. That's tip 4. Prepare to show up, so showing up is easy. You might be thinking, Emily, what if I don't have a Ben? I didn't always either. I started by being Ben for someone else. I became the person who replies within 5 minutes to, "You up?" When life is heavy, I sent the "left you soup at your door, no need to answer" text. I drove friends to interviews just so they didn't arrive with shaky hands. When you show up consistently, 2 things happen. Your circle deepens, and your brain trusts that you're not alone. And if you're rebuilding from scratch, try this. Volunteer once a month. Shared service accelerates real friendship because you're shoulder to shoulder, not face to face. You bond over doing, not performing. The triumph wasn't a movie moment. It was 1,000 quiet ones. My presentation landed. I got reassigned to a better team. My dad recovered. I slept better, knowing I wasn't improvising my way through crisis anymore. The biggest win? I stopped confusing noise for care. The loudest people at the party were not the ones with the keys to my life. The ones who had my spare key were the ones who showed up in silence. If you only remember a few ideas from this motivational story and life lesson, take these with you. Name your first call list and tell them they're on it. Schedule a weekly 10-minute quiet check-in. No advice, just presence. Use the need presence, not advice phrase to get the right kind of help. Keep a physical go bag. So showing up is effortless. Be the friend you wish you had. The circle you build will build you back. If you want help turning this into habit, I used the 2-minute rule from Atomic Habits to make the check-ins stick. 2 minutes, once a week. I'll drop the link below. The friend who always shows up doesn't have superpowers. They have a system. And here's the kicker. When you build that system, you become the person you were waiting for. So, who's your Ben? Tag them or drop their initials in the comments. If this hit home, like, subscribe, and tell me one quiet way you'll show up for someone this week. Your career might be loud, your growth might be messy, but your loyalty? Let it be steady, simple, and seen. In a noisy world, be someone's quiet. Latte.